Hi, how are you doing? The work I do is supporting other people to be able to create the relationship with themselves that is fulfilling and uplifting, and to be able to create the life of their dreams. And after many years of learning and exploring how to support myself and supporting others, I've come to realize how important it is to have a holistic framework, a holistic point of view in being able to feel safe being ourselves. Let me break it down for you and give some examples. And the four layers, the emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual. Let me ask you, do you feel safe being yourself in all four aspects? For example, the emotional. Do you allow yourself to feel the full spectrum of your emotions without judgment or attachment? Are you able to allow a healthy place for anger? Do you allow yourself to feel sadness and to grieve when it's needed, without judgment, without attachment? Right? So being safe at not being afraid of any of the emotions will give you the capacity to feel free, to feel strong and resilient, right? The mental, the psychological. Are you free to think for yourself? Are you free from being able to detach from thinking that's self-harming? Do you feel safe in your mind, right? To let go of the negative thoughts, to not take the thoughts that are self-harming seriously because you know they're not true for you. They were perhaps conditioned, taught to you, suggested to you. They may just be so prevalent in your environment, right? Do you have that safety within your mind to accept what is good for you and to release, to let go, to detach from what is not good for you, right? Safety in having your own understanding about yourself, giving yourself that safety to think for yourself and in your own way, right? I want you to consider that. The physical safety. One way to look at it is working out, building up that strength so you feel safe in your body. It's the safety to be able to navigate this world without, with good balance, with strength and resiliency, so that you're feeling safe in the physical world, navigating it. You can jump and run, and play, right? Also has to do with eating. Are you eating in a way, right? Making choices in food, in the energy you put into your mouth, into your body. And is it helping you feel that sense of safety in your body, in your cells? As in, are you putting things that are actually nourishing and create a healthy variety in your, gut flora, for example, your microbiome, right? Are you eating things that support your immune system? Or are you eating things that cause a lack of safety in your body by, creating inflammation in the body, right? All these elements in relationship to physical, for example. Spiritual, for me, that's about the meaning you give to yourself. Are you safe to give to your life the meaning that is true for you, right? The fact that you recognizing you are worthy and deserving of love and abundance just because you're alive. Are you safe? Do you allow yourself the safety to connect to that truth, that your birthright, to be free and to recognize that you have a purpose as well? So spiritual safety, right? So if you consider all these layers, all these qualities, the emotional safety, to allow yourself to feel emotions, to not be afraid of emotions, to allow yourself the safety to process the emotions that's needed in order for you to have that clarity and for you to not be afraid of emotions and for you to be able to connect to your emotional guidance systems to support you at recognizing what is good for you and what is not, and to be able to choose it, right? Mindset, the safety to believe, what is good for you, and to recognize the false beliefs of what is not, and the safety to be able to let that go and gaining support for that. The physical safety, to take good care of your body, right? Part of the physical safety is also in relations to how having the capacity to create a life that you feel safe, right? To be able to create a home environment that you feel safe in, to be able to cultivate the relationships that you feel safe in the physical. So that's related to your capacity to feel safe emotionally and mentally and psychologically, so that you are able to communicate, to emote, to create connections, authentic, genuine connections with others, so that you're able to create intimacy, that you can be emotionally authentic, mentally authentic, right? Having relationships where you're not being compared and judged and critiqued all the time, but being accepted and having that mutual win-win, right? All these come into play, right? And how the holistic framework is knowing that all these different areas in life, relationships, work, health, creating a home, they all require a different combination of all these layers, right? The spiritual safety, the meaning, right? Do we believe that we are just an inexplicable fluke of life that just randomly happens without any particular purpose? Or do we have the safety to recognize, to connect to our spiritual purpose, right? The fact that there is a purpose. You do have a purpose, and you are safe and free to explore what that purpose is. If you have the safety in your emotional capacities and the safety in your mental capacities to do the exploration, to leave your tribe, to go out exploring on your own, to have the physical safety and how you cultivate your physical strength, how you create the environment so that you have the physical stamina to venture out, to walk your own path, right? That will help you discover your spiritual path, your spiritual purpose and truth. And once again, I'm inviting you to consider the holistic framework and notice the areas that you may not have as much safety, or you may want to have more safety, and trust that you are able to create that for yourself, right? And also knowing that it is not a given to have one safety in one realm, which and mean safety in other realms. For example, many people have safety in the physical in terms of how much money they have, how much physical material success they have, how much land. But we can consider all these individuals, and do they have that emotional safety within themselves? Do they have that mental safety? Are they actually being themselves? Are they actually able to have relationships in a life where they're emotionally fulfilled, right? Certainly lots of examples where that not be the case, we can easily imagine, right? Just think about all the celebrities, all the people that create a lot of success, and it turns out in their personal life it's filled with chaos and challenges, and a lot of them end up taking their own lives because they didn't have the emotional safety, the mental, psychological safety to be able to support themselves, right? Just as an example. So any one area is not a given that the other areas there are safety. So I consider you to recognize you can work on it holistically. You can allow that safety, and through that safety be able to have that safe ground that you can take flight from, that you can build that foundation so you can uplift yourself. And with that safety, to be able to be yourself with yourself, and then more and more with others, then you can start to, more come out into the world and be more of yourself to the world. And as you are more and more yourself, that's what's going to draw authentically, right? What is true for you, what is good for you, what will be right for you. So trust that you can go it alone, right? If you have to go it alone for the time being, you are able to. But sooner or later, right, it is about getting support from others, connecting with others, supporting others, right? So trust that you are able to find your holistic framework so that you can put in place all the pieces that you need to support yourself, so that you can feel that safety to be yourself. And as you create more of that safety, your capacity increases and more of you will show up, right? You will discover more layers of yourself, and you will discover more curiosities and insights and inspirations to create from and to follow. So be well. And so for this holiday season, especially with the ending of 2020 here and moving forwards, I invite you to consider whether you feel safe being yourself on the physical, on the emotional, on the mental, psychological, and on the spiritual. in the meaning you give to yourself. And if you like my support, don't hesitate to reach out. And there are many, many others out there that's able to provide support. So don't worry about going out there and asking for help. That's a sign of strength and of courage. So trust that you will be able to, if you're willing, to find the support you need and to learn to be that support for yourself. Be well. Much love to you.